Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome back to episode 16 of Hearts of Iron 4. I still have no idea what I'm doing, but I have been getting lots of hints and tips from you guys that have been watching the videos, and I'll try and put as many of them into practice as possible. We're at war with the German Reich. Who would have thought that was a thing? A couple of things that we do want to sort out. First of all, our manpower, which is like one of the biggest problems that we have at the moment. I know that there is a... it's not a tech, it is the... what are these things? The focus. There's a national focus that will help us to reduce that. We can never get this to scroll in the right direction. Is it right click, left click, middle click, left click? There we go. And it is... is it this one here? Nope, that's not the one. There was one of them that I saw the other day. That removes the penalty that we have. It's this one. Remove the national spirit, the war to end all wars. So we want to get down into military training act. That'll partially solve that problem. Someone also said that I could reform my government and get somebody that would also increase our manpower. Communism support, fascism support, military factory conversion, democracy, political power gain, construction speed. It's none of those. Is it somebody in the military then? Division recovery rate, air support, invasion speed, attack and defense. None of those. Maybe it's one of these things here. A theorist? I don't know. Oh, click to change conscription law. Oh, I see. Right, didn't realise that was a thing. So, we've got volunteer only, we want to bump this up, so we really want to start sort of trying to conserve as much political power as we can. We get reduced factory output and construction speed, increased training time, but increase the amount of population that we can get. Right, okay, so we do want to start saving up for some of those. Okay, that's the thing. Well, let's go ahead and unpause the game. Another thing that people have also mentioned, first of all, we are at war with Japan as well. Now, we are actually making a little bit of a push into Germany up here. Obviously, France are losing a lot of ground to Italy. Now, I was being essentially loaned units by some of the nations, and I was kind of waiting for them to turn up, but apparently you have to sort of control them yourself. We've also got Japan down here fighting against British Raj. If we've got any units that can help, we want to sort of bring them down here to the front if we can. We will probably start losing territory here to Japan. I'm not too concerned about that at the moment. I prefer to try and deal with the German campaign right now. Obviously, keeping Italy out of Northern Africa would be nice. Now, somebody has said that what I could do, as I've probably got some air bases down here. Like, for example, we do have an air base in Malta, although it looks like it's been shot to pieces. I don't think I can use that. Is that not mine? Oh, Italy have actually taken that. Well, that was Italy. Here's mine down here. What am I thinking of? In the wrong place. So Malta does have a capacity for aeroplanes, so we could actually... do we have any? Yeah, we do have some in North Africa. Bombers and fighters. So I'm guessing you guys are actually in North Africa. So if we click on North Africa, we've got you guys doing interception and port strikes. Yeah, you guys are the ones that are... No, you can be stationed on a carrier, but you're not actually on the carrier. Because what we need to do, really, is get some extra aircraft down here to help support our ground troops. The problem we've got, again, is a manpower issue. So we are trying to push forwards down here. We have very few troops, but we'll do everything we can with the troops that we have to try and push in there. Let's go ahead and have another look up here and just see what we can do against Germany. In fact, before we do that, did anybody else lend us any units? Because I'm pretty sure at some point America did. Yeah, look at that. Canada have lent us a ton of units that we have all over here, and we haven't been using them. So they're just kind of sitting around here doing nothing. So let's go ahead and try and get all of these units to somewhere with a port. It's going to take them a long time to get there, but we need to get them all over. And you guys up here, can we get you over here? Are you not somewhere with a port? Got to land somewhere else with a port. Let's get you over. Okay, so we've got a lot of guys that hopefully will get to a useful position. There's even more there, actually. Let's go ahead and try, and that's not what I even clicked on. Is that just an actual navy? That's a navy. That's fine then. You can stay there. We'll allow that to continue. Right, back over to... Oh, what have we got here? Low supply. Yeah, well, we knew about that. Italy really taking a big bite out of southern France here. So we definitely need to try and do something against Germany. I'm trying to sort of push around behind them and hold them off a little bit. It is partially working. We're definitely sort of making a bit of a push in there. We need more men. And obviously I messed up on my manpower. Had I realised earlier on that I could have changed that, that's probably one of the first things that I would have done. So we have made a little bit of a mess there. These guys don't appear to be doing an awful lot. You guys are doing something. Why don't you start moving into some of these provinces? No, you're being attacked. Why don't you move in on that front there then? So, air wings with no missions, available planes in reserves, missing equipment production. What are we missing? Wow, look at our military equipment. We're really, really low on that. No factories assigned. Have we lost some factories? We do need a few of those. Well, so what's happened to all of our military factories? Is it some that we've converted? We don't want to reduce that. Maybe we don't need quite so many tanks. Definitely need to get a few extra in there. Now we're using all of our military factories again. So it looks like we're going to have to try and get some more factories. How are we doing on factories at the moment? Let's go and have a look in constructions. So we are working on civilian factories, and after the civilian factories we've got some military factories. I guess we'll just have to sort of wait until they're done. So again, remembering that this is my first playthrough and I haven't played a Hearts of Iron game before, I am kind of just sort of trying to work out what I'm doing and how to play. Haven't really got much of an idea, and it's the tutorial, as always, hasn't been all that helpful. So it's mainly just been me sort of trying to fumble my way through and try and work out what's going on. We do have an extra unit down here that we could get into possibly a position. Japan has called German Reich as our enemy into the German-Czechoslovakian War. Oh, well, we're already at war with Japan anyway, so I don't really see how that makes much of a difference. Cannot transport to a non-naval base location. Oh, that's because you're not actually inland, you're actually down there. I see. So, where can we get you to that has a naval base? It's probably going to be around on this side, isn't it? Let's move you into La Rochelle. Do I have any more units stationed in and around England? It doesn't look like we do. Those are units in Canada. Going to take quite some time to get over there. Now, all of you guys need to make your way over to here. Sure, you'll get there eventually. And, yeah, it's just a matter of trying to hold off Germany. If we can push up to this line and sort of hold behind the river, that'll be really good, because then what we'd be able to do is hopefully go down here and help France. But as much as I'm pushing into Germany, Italy's actually sort of coming around behind me. So what I'm trying to do to Germany, Italy's doing the same thing to me. So we can either get Neville Chamberlain dies. Well, either of them would die. Winston Churchill is who our empire needs. Well, historically, that's who we got. Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain has fallen ill recently, despite previously generally having been healthy for his age. After being diagnosed with bowel cancer, increased pain and lost sleep has led him to resign from his post. Chamberlain still enjoys strong popular support and steps down only as a last resort, realising he will not live to return to work. The question remains who will take up the torch after this great statesman who led Britain through the dark times, and that may still lie ahead of us. Well, I think we get Churchill. Let's go historical accuracy in this game and see how that helps. Yeah, France, you guys really need to sort of step your game up. I mean, like, really. Let's get you guys... Do we really want to try and push up into mountains? That's probably not the best idea, is it? Not even sure which side you guys are being attacked on. Well, I don't want you to retreat. I want you to attack. See, we're being attacked on two fronts now because we've got the Italians behind us. Italy have really pushed in on this side. I'm almost tempted to try and bring some of these units back down from up here. Try and get them to help sort of push back against Italy a little bit. Germany are moving a lot of troops in. Of course, if only we could get the Soviets to come in. Now, I don't think we can do anything with the Soviets. I know they've got some sort of agreement to say that they won't actually come in. Their opinion of us is actually relatively high. Is there any way we can try and get them to come and help us? Doesn't look like there is. Now, where is it? We can create factions. No, it doesn't actually tell us here. I know they've got something that is stopping them from getting involved with this. Hopefully, at some point, they will. Because we need something to take the take Germany's attention on their eastern flank. Italy, you are being a colossal pain right here at the moment. So much so. Where's the Purple Army? The Purple Army is the one that's down in Africa. Don't really want to pull too many off the front line up there. And I would love to be able to push Germany back to the river. That would certainly make life easier. Let's grab all you guys and sort of move you into Luxembourg there. If we can sort of push you back up to that front line, I'll be a lot happier. Then maybe we can go after Italy a little bit. Let's have a quick look what's going on down here. Because we do have Australia sort of helping. We don't appear to be making too much of a push, unfortunately. I had sort of asked that some of my units go and get work done down here, but they're not really moving into this line very much at all. Again, it's mainly France sort of losing for us at the moment. Still not really gaining much in terms of manpower. Look how much of France is getting chewed up by Italy here. It's absolutely ridiculous. All we need is for Italy to change sides. Now, we're attacking there into Luxembourg. We might have actually wanted to attack to the west there if France would have come in to help, but I don't think that's going to happen. Right, you guys are standing around. Right, we finished that improved infantry equipment. Let's move you guys in here. I want you guys to try and push forwards. So, let us go and research. Have we got any land doctrine that we could try and improve something? Are we already working on this? Already working on that one. So, we could get even better infantry equipment. That probably isn't a bad idea. Let's go for the better infantry equipment then. Even though we've got a massive deficit on our infantry equipment at the moment. Right, so, you guys move in to there. Hopefully the French will come with us. But I think all the land that I had sort of gained, we're now losing to Italy anyway, so pushing up to the river's probably not all that good of an idea. I mean, I am technically now behind the Italian lines. We are taking a lot of attrition. 4 divisions from South Africa. Okay, that's fantastic. So if I go down now to South Africa, we should have 4 divisions down here. Looks like we've got more than 4 divisions. So let's get all of you guys to a port. Not too sure what we might actually use these guys and try and drop them off down here somewhere and use them to fight the Italians in North Africa. I think that's probably the best idea. So it's still quite messy with what's going on. How about you guys then just sort of jump in on the back of the Italians? We'll risk moving you guys in as well. See if we can get the drop on them. Yeah, pushing out to this front line really isn't helping us all of that much because we've got the Italians behind us. Issue gas masks is done. Fantastic. Now that allows us to go and work on Military Training Act, which will remove some of the negative modifier that we're getting. So we can reform the government. So the question is, do we want to spend 150 now to change it up and give us a tiny little bit extra? Or do we want to save up even more and get extensive conscription? Or do we want to save up even more and get service by requirement? I think we just save up for the 300. I think we have to do it. I think Spending 150 and then waiting for 300, it isn't going to make much of a difference. We need to wait until we've got the 300, I think. Now, are you guys actually trying to attack, or... I still haven't fully worked out what everything on the interface means. It could quite be that some of these units are a little bit weakened, and as a result, because we know that we've got such a massive deficit on our infantry equipment, we can't really push. Ground attack veteran initiative is completed. So, what have we got here? Tactical bomber, strategic bombing plus 10%. Or fighters agility. Yeah, we'll try and make our fighters a bit stronger. If we give them better agility, we should lose fewer of them. Which means we will need to build less planes and we should lose less manpower. That's my theory anyway. It's probably completely wrong. So, a few things that we haven't done for a while. What have we got over here? So, most of those guys, not all, we've got over here. Are you guys not even... Wow, you just are slow, aren't you? So, we've got these guys here. Is there a port here? No, there's a port there. You're in the wrong province. That's fine. So, you guys are done. Let's go down now and have a look at South Africa. You guys still haven't all arrived there. Wow, you are slow, aren't you? I guess I must remember that this game runs in periods of hours, not in periods of days. It's not a U4. So we do have some ships down here that we could possibly use. I don't really know how much they would benefit us, even if we did bring them all forwards. These guys are all trying to get into position, but they're taking attrition. There's lots of other nasty stuff going on, and it's not really helping matters. I mean, Italy are just decimating France. Really didn't expect France to be this weak. It looks like France are trying to reform a few units down here in the south of France, but they're really not making much of a push. It looks like we are winning the majority of our battles up here in the north, but what I'm taking against the Germans, the Italians are just coming up and taking from behind, so it's not that ideal a thing going on at the moment. We're actually quite weak. Let's go ahead and have a look down here at this army. It seems like we are actually making a little bit of a concerted effort to push there. It's certainly helping that we've kind of split the controlled territory in half with Australia's help. So Italy are definitely losing ground in North Africa. That is very good. We still have supply issues as well. France has capitulated. Edouard Daldier has announced that the French nation can no longer withstand the pressure from the occupying Italian forces, committing travesties throughout the country. The French government has gone into exile, their main forces have capitulated, and Italy is now in control of their home area. Though the war against Italy and the rest of Axis continues, this is an unfortunate setback for the Allies. And it's unpaused again. The fall of Paris. The last pockets of French resistance in Paris were mopped up today, and the city is firmly now under Italian control. Il Duce was hurriedly flown in to participate in the victory parade on the Champs-Élysées, riding in front of the marching troops on a white stallion. During the celebrations, he compared the current campaign in France with Caesar's conquest of Gaul and promised that this was only the beginning of Italy's ascent to greatness. Time will tell if he was right. So basically, France is now Italy. Which is not good, because my guys are now all squished in this tiny little area, and we are getting screwed on both sides. So I think what we need to do here is get all of these guys, this army, we need to delete their orders. We need to set a new front line. So our front line wants to be on... Well, it's actually set in the front line on all sides. But we want to draw an offensive line. And I think what we need to start doing is eating our way back into France. So let's go ahead and get those guys working on that. They are still taking a lot of damage. Well, I might have messed this campaign up completely. I mean, that's quite possible. I'm also losing some units up here as well. So what are you guys doing? Can we get you guys in a group? Are you guys in an army? Doesn't look like you are. Let's make a new army for you guys. Let's go ahead and give you a let's go and give you a field marshal, and we'll give you guys a front line. which will be this one. That was a smaller front line than I was expecting, I'll be quite honest. So let's go and do... Why won't you let me drag that front... There we go, because I'm using left click instead of right click. Not finished yet, game. I'm going to drag that front line that way a little bit. And then we'll set an offensive front line and we'll try and go in across there if we can. Will you let me set that as an offensive line? Yes, you will. Okay, so we've got a couple of offensive lines we can try and push against. I really have no idea whether or not this is going to work. I'm going to go with probably not. So, France getting wrecked is very much part of the problem here. Now then, those guys that are down in South Africa, how are they doing? They have all arrived where they are supposed to. So let's go ahead and see if we can safely land them probably here. And we'll go have a look and see the guys in Canada. Again, they're still working their way over. Are these more units that I've been given? No, they're units that are all still on their way over. It takes them a long time. I guess it would take a long time to get from one coast of Canada to another. But yeah, I'm starting to wonder if I haven't completely messed this up. Mostly because I didn't really know what I was doing. I sort of completely missed the issue with the reinforcements. It might also be just because France were really weak here. What have we got going on there? France want to give us 2 divisions. Thanks, France. Not too sure how much that is going to help. But anyway, we'll come back next time and we'll see if we can't get a little bit further. You know, I don't intend to quit. We'll just carry on going and see what happens. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Hearts of Iron 4. I'll see you on the next video. And until then, goodbye for now.